West Coast Demerara man remanded for alleged murder of mother. A 24-year-old Mason has been remanded to prison following the formal filing of a murder charge in connection with the death of his 55-year-old mother, Surujdi Shada Karui. Gridesh Ramkisoon, a resident of Lot 80 Cornelia Ida, Block Y, appeared before Magistrate Rabindra Singh at the Leonora Magistrates Court on Wednesday. He stands accused of murdering his mother at their family home on May 28, 2026. The tragic incident came to light on the evening of May 28, when another son of the deceased returned home between 4:25 p.m. and 10:40 p.m. to find his mother motionless. Law enforcement officials were alerted immediately, and upon their arrival at the scene, investigators noted visible marks of violence on Karui's body, indicating foul play. Karui, who worked as a supervisor, lived at the Cornelia Ida residence with her two sons. Following the discovery, police quickly turned their attention to the residence's occupants. Ramkisoon, who also resided at the home, was reportedly seen at the property around the time of the incident. He was taken into custody on May 29, the day following the discovery, as authorities launched an intensive investigation. As part of their ongoing probe, investigators have secured CCTV footage from the surrounding area, which is expected to serve as key evidence as the case proceeds. The victim's body was transported to the Ezekiel Funeral Home, where a post-mortem examination was conducted to assist in the judicial process. Because the charge of murder is indictable, the defendant was not required to enter a plea during Wednesday. Update: 3 dead in horrific head-on collision on Quarantine Public Road. A Tuesday afternoon excursion ended in tragedy along the Maida Public Road, Quarantine, where a high-speed collision claimed the lives of 3 young men. The victims have been identified as 16-year-old Purushottam Huleja of Port Morant, 19-year-old Amir Khan of John Village, and 23-year-old Priyas Mursalin of Chesney Front, Quarantine. According to police reports, the incident occurred at approximately 3:30 p.m. Motor car PAL 9292, driven by 44-year-old Ramesh Aravanan of Miss Phoebe, was traveling west in the southern lane at a normal speed. Simultaneously, motor car PLL 4312, driven by Amir Khan with passengers Huleja and Mursalin, was traveling east at a high rate of speed. Investigators allege that Khan attempted to overtake another vehicle, veering into the path of Aravanan's car. The resulting head-on collision occurred within the southern driving lane, after which Khan's vehicle careened off the road and slammed into a Guyana Power and Light (GPL) utility pole. The impact was catastrophic. Purushottam Huleja was pronounced dead at the scene. Emergency responders worked to extricate the remaining victims, who were rushed to the Port Morant Public Hospital. Despite the efforts of medical staff, Khan and Mursalin were later declared dead on arrival. A post-mortem examination is expected to be conducted to formally confirm the causes of death for all 3 young men. The driver of the second vehicle, Ramesh Aravanan, survived the crash. He was family left homeless after devastating fire destroys New Amsterdam property. A family of 3 is counting their losses after a fast-moving fire completely destroyed their home and workshop in Smithfield, New Amsterdam, early Tuesday morning. The property, a 3-bedroom house, was occupied by 52-year-old contractor Sean Mbrak, his 84-year-old mother, Charlotte Mbrak, and his daughter. The blaze also claimed the entire contents of the workshop located on the lower level of the structure. According to Sean Mbrak, the neighborhood was experiencing a power outage at the time of the incident. He stated that at approximately 10:50 a.m., while heading to a local shop, he spotted smoke billowing from the ceiling of the upper floor. "I hurried back home in an attempt to salvage some belongings, but the fire spread rapidly throughout the property," Mbrak recounted. The speed of the blaze left him unable to recover any items from the home or his workshop. The workshop, which was integral to his livelihood, contained significant equipment, including welding gear, a generator, concrete cutters, a jackhammer, and an array of specialized electrical tools. While the family has not yet been able to place a total monetary value on their losses, Mbrak expressed his determination to rebuild the structure. Personnel from the New Amsterdam fire station were summoned to the scene and worked to combat the flames. Berbice Divisional Fire Officer Clive MacDonald confirmed that the blaze is currently under investigation, and the official cause remains undetermined at this time. No injuries were reported during the incident, as the occupants were able to escape the structure as the fire took hold. West Coast Berbice electrician remanded following rape charge. A 56-year-old electrician has been remanded to prison after appearing in the Blairmorn Magistrates Court on Tuesday to face a charge of raping a minor. Calvin MacDonald, a resident of Lot 237 on Dunedin, West Coast Berbice, stands accused of engaging in sexual penetration with a girl under the age of 16. The alleged offence took place on May 29, 2026, within Region 5. During the hearing before Magistrate Michelle Matias, the charge was read to the defendant, who was not required to enter a plea as the matter is indictable. Police prosecutor, Sergeant Garfield Edwards, vehemently opposed bail. He argued that the defendant poses a significant flight risk and raised concerns that granting him pretrial liberty could lead to witness tampering. The prosecution further cited the availability of video evidence, which allegedly shows the defendant entering the victim's home. Sergeant Edwards underscored the gravity of the offense, noting the age disparity between the adult accused and the child victim, and confirmed that the prosecution's case file is complete. Representing the accused, attorney Sasha Roberts contended that her client has no intention of fleeing. She informed the court that MacDonald was willing to surrender his passport. Authorities ramp up anti-littering enforcement, fines up to $100,000 for violators. The Guyana Police Force and the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, have launched a concerted nationwide effort to combat littering, signaling a shift toward stricter enforcement and higher penalties for those who fail to properly dispose of their waste. As part of a government-led drive to bolster public health and environmental standards, officials are warning that the days of unchecked illegal dumping are coming to an end. Under existing anti-littering regulations, individuals caught disposing of waste improperly now face fines of up to $50,000, while businesses found in violation could be penalized up to $100,000. EPA Executive Director Kemraj Parsram emphasized that while the agency prioritizes public education, the time for voluntary compliance is running short. We are trying to educate and help people understand that they need to change their behavior, but there is only so much we can do. After that, it's enforcement, Parsram stated in a recent interview. He clarified that the law is comprehensive, noting that any unauthorized disposal of materials, ranging from sand and water to plastics and paper, constitutes a punishable offense. The EPA is now expanding its reach by training Neighborhood Democratic Council (NDC) members to serve as honorary litter wardens, aiming to decentralize enforcement and empower local communities to take ownership of their surroundings. To bridge the gap between reporting and enforcement, the EPA is actively promoting its Clean 592 web-based application. The tool allows citizens to submit real-time photographic or video evidence of littering, providing the agency with the necessary documentation to launch investigations and prosecute offenders. The current push is accompanied by government plans to amend. PNCR leader Aubrey Norton reaffirms role as party chief, rules out future presidential bid. News source Guyana reports, Aubrey Norton, the leader of the People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, has confirmed his intention to remain at the helm of the party while explicitly ruling out another run for the presidency. During an appearance on the Buxtonian morning show on Tuesday, Norton addressed his political future, noting that he will be 73 years old by the time the next general elections arrive. Instead of seeking the presidency, he stated his primary focus is now on mentoring a new generation of leadership within the party. I have said that I will continue to be leader of the party, but by the next elections, I don't see myself running, Norton said. I believe our task is to breed a generation of politicians. He highlighted his role in selecting the current cohort of 12 parliamentarians, describing it as a deliberate effort to prepare individuals capable of meeting future political challenges. Regarding a successor, Norton clarified that he has not yet endorsed any candidate, stating he intends to prepare a platform for all the potential leaders to blossom, before a final decision is made on a presidential candidate. Norton's leadership has faced intense scrutiny following the party's performance in last year's elections, which saw the APNU umbrella coalition lose 90 government to introduce legislation reinstating standardized benefits for former presidents. Attorney General Anil Nandlal has announced that the government is set to introduce the former president's benefits and other facilities bill in the National Assembly this coming Friday. During his Issues in the News program, Nandlal explained that the new legislation aims to return the legal framework governing retirement benefits for former presidents to the structure established under the original 2010 Act. The Attorney General pointed to what he described as inconsistencies introduced by the previous APNU plus AFC administration through amendments passed in 2015 and 2016. The proposed bill seeks to repeal those legislative changes, effectively reverting to the original 2010 guidelines. Nandlal emphasized that the government's position is rooted in equality, asserting that all retired heads of state should be entitled to the same standard package of benefits. He noted that even former President David Granger has received benefits consistent with the provisions of the original 2010 legislation. The move to table this bill represents a significant shift in the administration's approach to presidential retirement packages. By standardizing the facilities and benefits, the government aims to resolve the legal complexities that have surrounded the issue for several years. Further details regarding the specific components of the reinstated benefits package are expected to be disclosed when the bill is formally presented to the National Assembly on Friday.